Be ready. The black moon didn't simply end yesterday. It sparked something inside you, and now the consequences are starting to unfold. Most people think these celestial events are just one-night spectacles, a brief moment when the sky goes dark, and then life supposedly snaps back to normal. But that's the trap, isn't it? The truth is, if you're sensitive, you already know you're not finished with the black moon. And the black moon is far from finished with you. This isn't about staring at the sky. It's about what's happening inside your body right now. The portal is still wide open, and the aftershocks are only beginning to land. You may think it passed you by, but if you've noticed even the slightest shift since last night, then you're already in it. And here's the wildest part. The real impact isn't somewhere out there in the cosmos. It's about to show up in you. Because what comes next is the moment when your own body stops feeling like your own. Welcome to your unfamiliar body, your new body. This is where the black moon gets real. As long as the portal remains open, your body won't behave the way you expect. You're not standing on the same playing field as everyone else anymore. You're walking in a completely different reality. And that reality? It's rewriting you from the inside out. Most people around you won't notice a thing. But you're tuned in. That means it's crucial for you to understand what's unfolding. If you don't, the sensations creeping in could confuse you, maybe even scare you. Because once the black moon reaches into the body, nothing feels the same. And what's coming will make you question everything that's happening to you in this very moment. If you want to claim this energy, please make sure to type 777 in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's move forward. Out of nowhere, you might start sneezing again and again. No cold, no allergies, just sudden fits that seem to appear from nowhere. Strange? Random? No, this isn't your body malfunctioning. The black moon pushes your system to eject what doesn't belong anymore. It's like a forced purge. Sneezing becomes the body's way of expelling trapped energy, releasing it so fast it won't linger a second longer. Think of it as the body exhaling what the mind could never process. It's not dust in the air. It's not a seasonal trigger. It's the pressure within you finally breaking free. Some people laugh it off. Some roll their eyes. Others find it irritating. But the truth is, when the black moon forces you to sneeze, it isn't about mucus. It's about release. And here's the strange thing. Once it starts, it rarely happens just once. Sneezing comes in waves, almost as though your body refuses to rest until every trace of stagnant energy has been expelled. Your body knows what to release even when your mind doesn't. And that's not the only aftershock. One of the strangest shifts the black moon brings is how it scrambles your sense of timing. Suddenly, you're starving at hours you never eat. You're wide awake in the dead of night. Even your bathroom breaks might feel out of sync, like your body has chosen to follow a rhythm that no longer matches the clock on your wall. Coincidence? No way. The black moon doesn't just shift the sky, it shifts your rhythm. It scrambles your clock. Imagine taking the order of your everyday life and scattering it into chaos. That's why you wake at odd hours. That's why your stomach growls when it shouldn't. That's why you're drowsy at noon and wired after midnight. For people who depend on strict routines, this can be unsettling, even maddening. But there's meaning in the madness. The black moon is jolting you out of autopilot. It's reminding you that you're inside something unusual, something not ruled by your calendar, not governed by your watch. Time bends under the black moon, and your body bends with it. The more you notice the disorientation, the louder the message becomes. This isn't just another day. It's a disruption, a wake-up call. And then, without warning, you catch yourself standing taller, shoulders pulled back, as though you're opening yourself up to something invisible. Or maybe the opposite happens. You feel a strange heaviness, your spine folding, your body slouching as though it's collapsing inward. Random? No. This isn't a quirk, it's a recalibration. The black moon doesn't only shift the sky, it realigns the body itself. When a wave of energy this massive hits, your system naturally adjusts. It changes its stance, its structure, the way it holds you up. Subtle, instinctive, but powerful. And if you pay close attention, you'll notice how your body is already holding itself differently than before. Some of you might feel an almost irresistible urge to stretch, as though your spine has suddenly become too compressed to carry the shift unless you extend it. Others may catch themselves sitting in new ways, tilting their head, shifting their weight, or moving their legs without even realizing it. These aren't just random fidgets. They are subtle signs of your body instinctively rebalancing after a shakeup in the unseen forces it runs on. Your posture is speaking for your inner balance. And the black moon? It may have stirred that balance so deeply that now your body is rewriting its script, finding a whole new way to hold you upright in this post-lunar reality. So, if you felt taller, heavier, looser, or even tighter than usual, don't brush it off. It's not a mistake. It's the body's physical language of adjustment. The black moon doesn't simply end when you close your eyes. In truth, that's when its power grows stronger. Last night, for many, the dreams didn't even feel like dreams at all. They felt startlingly real, vivid to the point where waking up left you wondering, did that actually happen? And here's where it gets stranger. Your body doesn't just forget those dreams. It carries them into the morning like baggage you never chose to pack. You might wake up heavy, as though the weight of the dream world is still pressing against your chest. Or stiff, like your body fought all night against something your conscious mind can't even recall. Some even describe it as a dream hangover, dragging their body through the day as if a piece of them never returned from the other side. This is the black moon blurring the line between sleep and wakefulness, pulling the subconscious into the physical. When the veil thins on nights like these, the boundary between dream imagery and bodily sensation begins to weaken. What happens in the dream leaks into the waking body. That's why you might rise in the morning with sore muscles, a strange ache in your jaw, or an unsettling sense that you're still not completely awake. Some dreams don't just live in your head. They follow you into your body. Have you noticed it yet? Those little zaps that come out of nowhere. That sharp pop when your hand touches a doorknob. The spark when your skin brushes fabric. Or the way your hair lifts and floats, as though the very air around you has turned electric? Since the black moon passed, these jolts and flickers have been showing up more than usual. And they are not random. They're breadcrumbs, traces of something much stranger at play. The black moon didn't simply fade after its peak. It left behind a residue, a static field lingering in both the atmosphere and your body. This isn't the ordinary kind of static you'd blame on dry air or clothing. No. It feels sharper, more personal, almost alive. As if your whole system has become magnetic, charged by a force you can't see, but you can absolutely feel. Energy never leaves quietly. It crackles on its way out. That's what you're feeling. The aftershock of lunar intensity making itself known through your very skin. Some may even notice their electronics behaving strangely. Lights flickering, phones glitching, a faint hum in the room that wasn't there before. Others feel it only through their own bodies. The sharp sting of a static spark that echoes louder than it should, or that eerie hum beneath the skin, as though your flesh is buzzing with electricity. And think about it. Your body is already an electrical system. Your brain fires with sparks. Your heart beats with pulses of energy. So when the black moon sweeps through, it doesn't only stir your emotions or shift your dreams. It charges your entire being like a living battery. That's why your touch suddenly feels like it carries voltage. Why the air feels dense and charged. Why your hair rises, almost as though it's trying to signal something. And here's the part that borders on the mystical. Some people sense that these shocks aren't just random discharges at all. They feel like signals, tiny jolts reminding you that you are not separate from what unfolded in the sky. You're plugged into it, literally. You're walking through the residue of a cosmic event, and your body has become the antenna. Static is your body's way of saying, the atmosphere hasn't settled yet. So if you find yourself sparking more than usual today, don't dismiss it as coincidence. The black moon charged you. It imprinted itself into your system. And here's the truth, it's not done with you yet. This is your body's reminder that you're still carrying the echo of something far bigger than yourself. It may have touched your vision too. Some of you might have already noticed it. Faint shadows that linger even after you look away, or sudden flashes of light drifting across your sight when nothing is actually there. You close your eyes, and instead of pure darkness, you're met with outlines, glimmers, shifting shapes. This isn't just imagination. It's the residue still unfolding from yesterday's lunar event. Light doesn't simply vanish. It imprints itself, waiting to be seen again. What's happening here isn't dangerous. It's not your eyes failing, but rather the way they're processing. Think of your optic nerve as a messenger between your eyes and your brain. The black moon created a ripple, a kind of overstimulation that makes those messages linger in the air longer than usual. Normally, light departs quickly, but now it's as if the world insists on leaving echoes behind, and you're catching them. And here's where it becomes fascinating. These afterimages aren't just optical leftovers. They feel alive because of when they appear. You might glance at a lamp and moments later still see its glow burned into your vision. Or perhaps you catch a shimmer in the corner of your eye, only to turn and find nothing there. For some, it happens even in complete darkness, lights flickering behind closed eyelids, as if your inner world is still carrying the imprint of the black moon. Shadows aren't always the absence of light. Sometimes, they're proof of what has just passed. That makes sense when you remember how the black moon works. Unlike the full moon, it doesn't radiate, it pulls. It deepens silence, thickens darkness, magnifies absence. An intensity like that doesn't simply vanish at midnight. It leaves behind a charge in your nervous system, especially in something as delicate as your vision. That's why sight feels layered right now. You're not just seeing reality. You're also seeing the residue of what reality just was. It's important to recognize this for what it is, temporary. Your body will adjust. Your eyes will recalibrate. Your brain will clear away the echoes. But while it lingers, it's a reminder that you're still inside the ripple zone of something much bigger. You are literally seeing traces of the shift. That alone is powerful because it proves the black moon didn't just pass. It left its mark on you in ways you can't ignore. So, if the light seems to cling, if shadows appear to move with you, don't dismiss it. It's not a flaw, it's evidence. It's your body's way of saying the veil hasn't fully closed yet. Have you noticed it yet? That sudden drop in temperature, not in the room, but on your skin. You're sitting comfortably, the air is still, and then, out of nowhere, a chill rolls through you as if you've stepped into a freezer. Some describe it as goosebumps with no reason. Others feel it as a sharp, cold line running down the spine, like an invisible finger tracing them. This is what I call the lunar chill, the body's way of responding to the black moon's lingering presence. Energy doesn't just pass through you, it leaves fingerprints. It's easy to dismiss these cold spots as imagination, but they're far more common after powerful lunar events. The black moon acts like a cosmic vacuum. It tightens, it clears, and in doing so, it leaves behind small voids that your body registers as sudden drops in warmth. These aren't the chills of sickness, they're the chills of alignment. What's most interesting is where they happen. The spine is one of the most common places, and that's no coincidence. The spine is the body's central channel, the pathway connecting brain, nerves, and movement, essentially your entire interface with reality. When the energy of an event like the black moon presses against the body, the spine reacts first, like a living lightning rod. That's why so many describe chills traveling downward. It's not random. It's following the exact structure of your inner wiring. And if you felt it elsewhere, a cold spot at the shoulder, a chill brushing the arm, or the sensation of standing inside a pocket of cool air, it could still be part of the same effect. The black moon leaves what you might call residual air currents inside the body, small energetic shifts that register as localized drops in temperature. Cold isn't always the absence of heat. Sometimes, it's the presence of something your senses don't yet know how to name. Timing matters too. These chills usually arrive in quiet moments, when you're not distracted, sitting alone, lying down, or even mid-conversation, but letting your mind drift. That's when the body notices what the mind overlooks. That's when the lunar chill drifts in, almost as if the black moon waits until you're still enough to notice it. And here's what makes it so intriguing. While it feels like a sudden drop in temperature, it's actually your nervous system quietly recalibrating. The black moon flooded the energetic field, overloading it, and now your body is letting that excess leak out in ways you can physically feel. For some, it's a single shiver that runs through and vanishes in seconds. For others, it lingers, like sitting in a cold draft that isn't really there. Call it chills, shivers, or cold spots, but the meaning doesn't change. You're still inside the black moon's field. The portal hasn't fully closed, and your body knows it. So the next time a sudden chill races through you, instead of brushing it off, recognize it for what it is. You're feeling the echo of the black moon, not above you in the sky, but beneath your skin. And then comes yawning, the simplest, most ordinary act your body can perform, yet under the influence of the black moon, it becomes anything but ordinary. Maybe you've already noticed it. wave after wave of yawns coming at you when you're not even tired. Some people report yawning 10, 20, even 30 times in a short stretch, as if their body just can't stop forcing the air in and pushing it out. At first, it feels strange. You catch yourself asking, "Why am I yawning so much?" But when you look deeper, it makes sense. Yawning isn't laziness, it's purification. What's happening is a purge. After the black moon's intensity, the surges of energy, the chills, the static, the strange pressure pockets on your body, your system hits a tipping point. It has to reset, to dump the excess, to clear the fog. And yawning is one of the fastest ways your body knows how. Every yawn is like a small exorcism of tension, a deep inhale pulling in oxygen, a stretching of your jaw and face muscles, followed by a heavy exhale that drags something out with it. Some spiritual traditions even recognize yawning as a sign of energetic clearing, and this perfectly aligns with the post-black moon state. Think of yawning as your nervous system's emergency button. Too much in here, flush it out. And because the black moon acts like a pressure chamber for energy, the rebound effect is strong. Once the peak passes, the pendulum swings back, and what follows is an almost uncontrollable desire to yawn. But here's the secret. It's not just about air. Pay attention to how you feel after a wave of yawns. For some, it brings watery eyes. For others, a sudden release of tightness in the shoulders or neck. Sometimes you even feel lighter, calmer, more present. That's because every yawn isn't only moving oxygen, it's moving energy. It's dragging out the residue that doesn't belong inside you anymore. Your body knows when to stop resisting and when to start clearing. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. The black moon doesn't just affect you the night it happens. Its echoes linger, and the yawns are living proof. It's as if your body is catching up, finally expelling what it couldn't process in the moment. That's why the waves can hit suddenly, hours later, or even a full day after the black moon. A delayed purge, but a purge all the same. Some of you might even notice yawning in sync with others around you, almost contagious. But this isn't just mimicry. Under the black moon's residue, bodies may be responding to the same invisible field at once, creating waves of collective release. One person yawns, another follows, and soon the whole room is releasing together. So if you catch yourself yawning again and again, to the point where it feels almost ridiculous, know this: you're not tired, you're resetting. The great yawn is the body's built-in detox. The black moon has pulled the lever, activating it. And every time you yawn now, you're not just breathing, you're exhaling what no longer belongs to you. And then, there's the other sensation. Subtle, quiet. It doesn't arrive with a warning. You're sitting still, doing something ordinary, staring at your screen, listening to someone talk, waiting for your food, and suddenly, something feels off. It's not dizziness exactly, not lightheadedness in the usual way. It's more like your head isn't fully attached to your body, as though it's floating slightly above you, weightless, suspended. At first, you try to brush it off. You blink a few times, shift in your seat, take a deeper breath. But it lingers. You're still here, fully present, and yet, something feels misaligned. It's almost like your mind and body aren't tuned to the same frequency anymore. Your feet stay rooted, your body feels weighed down, yet your head drifts upward like a balloon tied to a frame that no longer knows how to hold it. Strange, right? This sensation, so brief and so easily dismissed that most people never speak of it, isn't random at all. It's a direct echo of the black moon's deeper influence. A subtle disruption in the way your body manages balance, stillness, and gravity. See, the black moon doesn't always break through with dramatic force. Sometimes it slips in quietly, unhooking something delicate, something you never even imagined could be touched. That fragile thread between where I am and what I am loosens just enough to be noticed. And when it does, your body doesn't panic, but it definitely feels it. Some describe it as a gentle wave brushing behind the eyes. Others say it feels like a soft buzzing at the top of the skull. You might even sense it as a sudden blankness, a strange moment where your body is here, but your awareness seems to step a few inches outside of it. Not frightening, just unsettling to explain. It's like slipping through yourself for a heartbeat. What's really happening? Your equilibrium, the quiet, constant balancing act your inner ear performs without your conscious thought, is recalibrating after what the black moon stirred within you. It's as if your body received a signal that made it question gravity itself. Not enough to topple you, but enough to make you wonder, am I fully present in my own head? And here's the fascinating part. This floating sensation doesn't usually strike in motion. It finds you in stillness. Not while you're busy or distracted, but in those rare moments when everything is quiet, when your energy dips, when awareness turns inward, when your body finally has the space to confess what it's really experiencing. You might also catch a faint ringing in your ears that fades before you can focus on it, or a subtle pressure blooming behind your eyes, or even that eerie flicker where your voice feels like it's echoing back to you instead of flowing out naturally. Strange? Yes. But no, these aren't glitches. These are recalibrations. Your system negotiating with a new kind of internal gravity, whispering, where am I now? What rules apply today? The black moon won't hand you neat answers. It only delivers shifts. And your body, alive and sensitive, is responding moment by moment to that invisible field still humming beneath the surface. There's something hauntingly beautiful about it, too. Because in those brief moments you're reminded, your entire physical existence depends on unseen agreements. With gravity, with presence, with direction. And when those agreements are rewritten, as they were under the black moon, you feel it in ways you were never taught to name. So if your head feels floaty today, if it seems not fully fused with the rest of you, don't panic. It's just your system whispering, I'm adjusting, I'm learning, I'm rewriting the rules of balance. It's not a collapse. It's not some medical emergency. What you're feeling is your own inner system searching for a new orientation in the aftermath of the black moon.
You're not disconnected. You're in the middle of a recalibration that began the very moment the sky was swallowed by shadow. And when that new signal finally settles, the sensation of your head floating will fade. You'll drop back into yourself, not just realigned, but forever changed, carrying the awareness that balance has always been more than muscle and bone. It's mystical, it's cosmic, and right now you're feeling it at the very center of your being. Most people only looked up, saw the darkness, and moved on. To them, it was nothing more than a moonless night, a passing eclipse without consequence. They didn't notice the subtle shiver in the air. They didn't sense their heartbeat slip off rhythm. But you did. Maybe not all at once. Maybe not with bright flashing signs. But somewhere between last night and today, your body whispered to you, this wasn't ordinary, because the black moon didn't just vanish when the night ended. It entered you quietly. It wove itself into your nerves, coiled around your breath, pressed deep into the hidden mechanics that keep your body moving. That's why you feel strange today, not because of chance, but because you were touched by something most others ignored. And that touch doesn't evaporate. It lingers. It reshapes. It echoes through you. This was never a moon to simply watch. It was a moon that did its work in silence, restructuring parts of you that you rarely notice until they begin behaving differently. The shift doesn't come in the moment, it comes the morning after. When your balance falters, when your appetite twists, when your breath shortens for no clear reason, when the familiar rhythm of your body stumbles. That's when you realize you're no longer moving through the world quite the same way. The true power of the black moon wasn't in what it revealed, but in what it concealed, what it rearranged while you slept. You're not just groggy. You're not just fogged out. You're mid-rewrite. And this rewrite won't show up in the constellations above. It's being written into your body, into your muscles, your skin, the subtle signals you usually ignore until they demand your attention. This wasn't about energy rising like some vague metaphor. It was about your systems resetting in real, tangible ways. Not symbolic shifts, actual changes in how your body meets life. You won't find it mapped on an astrological chart. You'll find it in the twitch of your hand, in the clench of your jaw, in the sudden catch of your breath, in the flicker of your eyes, in the way something once familiar suddenly feels strange. That's how you'll know. The black moon didn't simply pass. It integrated. If you're still here watching, thank you for sharing this moment with me. If this resonated with you and you'd like to dive deeper into more insights like these, consider subscribing. Your support means the world. And if you felt these shifts in your own way, share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Until next time, take care and remember, the moon never really leaves.